So on that note, I want to begin with a quote by the great Carlos Bolosan, one of the greatest poets and influences in the history of our community here. This is from his poem entitled "If You Want to Know What We Are," written in the year 1940. And this stanza reads, "We are the toilers who toil to make the starved earth a place of abundance, who transform abundance into deathless fragrance. If you want to know what we are revolution." That was written in the year 1940. So, what I want to bring to the table is a poem of tribute to one of our dear goddesses. This is a poem I wrote for Tracy Kato Kiriyama, the founder of the Tuesday Night Cafe project. I got this published originally 7 years ago, and it's entitled "The Gravitas of Seasons." It's written in a kind of like Miles Davis bebop kind of flow. But even though I originally wrote this for Tracy, I really bring this to the table as a tribute to all of you who choose to use your creative power. Sometimes the most radical thing you can do in this world is to stand up and say, "I am." All right, so this is for Tracy, "The Gravitas of Seasons," and this is for you. Your voice embraces rhyme and awe. You speak surely as twilight reminds us of purer childhoods. You are the wealth of compassion, the antithesis to dread. You are the spectral glory of the world's last rose. You are the force that through our dark veins drives our language. You are the canopy of stars the firmament takes for granted. You are the secret sun in all of us realized. You jazz our sad fancies, making us brighter and tender and more loving. You make us want to become the angels and poets we are. You make us seek ourselves and somehow even more. I will tell you why the Los Angeles skyline, our herald of destiny, roiling with redeemed and quickened souls, assumes this color, which is heaven's truer culture. Because the soul knows no other tone. Because the moonlight spreads its bluish-white splendor to crown our city with meta-human halos. Because you trace and calculate the systems of the heart. Because your name evokes valiance and mountains. Because we become who we are simply because of who you are, simply because of no because. You are the gravitas of seasons. So we owe you our reasons, our meanings. We owe you our madness, our purpose. We owe you our dreams, our appropriations. We can forgive ourselves for what we are. We can love one another for who we are. Thank you very much indeed. Well, before I wrap up, I wanted to share one final poem. It's very, very short. And I actually wrote this during my office hours, like back in April. And no one was coming by, so. And this very short but earnest poem, I dedicate to all of our young people who are fighting their way through this educational industrial complex. All right, a lot of older people in power are always going to accuse you of being a problem of sorts. Don't believe that for a second. You were never the problem, but you will always be the solution. Okay, so this very short piece is entitled "To a First-Generation College Student." You weren't loved the way you should have been loved by the people who should have loved you most. Elders, educators, cops, politicians, people who all along are meant to be your servants. If it takes just one person to love and believe in you to make all the difference, here we are. Thank you very much indeed.